It's Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Timbuk2 Rascal Belt Bag, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, click subscribe so we can keep bringing you content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. The Rascal Belt Bag has recycled nylon and polyester materials, so it's a sturdy little bag to keep your essentials at hand. We've got the thinner material here on the front and then this thicker fabric on the back and the bottom, which makes sense because of course that's how it's going to sit down. That might get, dirtier than the front. Also, we have YKK Vislon zippers, and you can see they're nice and they're beefy. They're very chunky, and I like that. What I don't is that going around this top corner, oh good, for once it's actually doing it on camera as opposed to usually I tell you things and then they don't happen. So it gets stuck going around the zippers, especially, it tends to actually vary which corner it gets caught on, but it does get a little caught on the zipper, and it's not getting caught on fabric or anything, it's just slow around corners, so keep that in mind. The zippers though all have these little corded zipper pulls, and they end in these hexagonal plastic tabs that say Timbuk2 on them. It makes them very easy to grab, at least, if not to open smoothly. Looking around the front, we do have the Timbuk2 logo here on this loop. It's something we see on a lot of Timbuk2 bags. And what we also see is, while this is the Eco Black colorway, you've also got your choice of Eco Nautical, which is a Eco Nautical Pop, which is a navy colorway with pops of color on the zipper and the straps. And then Eco Gunmetal Pop, which is the same thing just with gray and pops of color on the straps. And speaking of the straps, we do have an unbranded buckle back here. Haven't had any issues with it. It works well, as does the slide, and yeah, that's that. This is a very small bag, so it makes sense that the harness system is very minimal. Basically, we've got these sort of triangular, not quite triangular, but almost triangular pieces of fabric that come out from the back panel, and they attach to the webbing loop or the webbing strap, which you can adjust as needed. You can see it is very easy to adjust however you want to do it. And what's nice is that you can see it's just like doubled over on itself here. You can see. So you have no extra strap hanging around. You don't have to deal with strap keepers, anything like that. It's all contained in one system, which I really do like. Again, like I mentioned, we've got the buckle, which works really well, especially like if you're gonna wear it as a belt bag. It's easier to take off that way, obviously, than to try and wriggle it over yourself. But before I go, one more thing to mention is that the back panel does not have any extra padding, so you will feel like I've got a battery bank back there. So you can that's my wallet. You can see the outline of it. So just don't put anything really pointy back there and you'll be fine. Obviously, this is a very casual looking bag and it is pretty comfortable to wear. I really like wearing it on my front the best because when you do sling it around to your back, it's fine as long as you're staying upright, but if you start to lay down, sort of lean over for any amount of time, I did find it sort of flipping around rather easily to the front. Now, also when you go to put it on, sometimes the strap twists, but it's easy enough to untwist and fix that. I don't wear it often as a belt bag because that's just not my vibe, but it is fine and comfortable if that is how you prefer to do it. And you can see, let's see if I can do this fast enough. There we go, to show you that, it does hang rather nicely at your hip if this is more convenient for you. All right, so even though this is a small sling, it's only 2 liters, there are 2 compartments to it. So we're gonna, of course, start with the front one. It opens across the front to reveal this bag, and then you can see I've got AirPods and a battery bank in here. There's this like mesh divider pocket, and it's got elastic at the top, but I do want to point out, I think of it more as a divider than an actual pocket, because you can kind of see how loose it is. It doesn't hold anything in place. So it's more to sort of just divide up your gear, but also like, here, I'm gonna take out my AirPods so you can see, like it goes out so much that when you're just like tossing things in, it all ends up in the pocket, in which case then I don't know really what it's dividing, you know, so you really have to pay attention to try to use it. I don't know how useful that is for you. I didn't find it super helpful. There is also a key leash on or key clip on a very long leash here. You can see, and it's this nice bright yellow. So you can definitely unlock things with the key still attached to that clip. And I'm gonna show you this, that leash is so long that then if you're not careful, when you go to zip it back up, this happened to me all the time, it got like stuck in the zipper. Luckily it doesn't get like stuck in the zipper, but it would block like the end. So then you gotta like sort of wrangle it back in there to close it back up and just be careful that way. But I found it at least 5 times out of 10 would get stuck in the end, and I'd have to open it back up, tuck it back in. So you win some, you lose some. It's nice to have it so long that you don't have to unclip your keys, but on the other hand, it's almost too long for that little pocket. Now onto the main compartment. It opens with a dual-sided zipper, as you sort of saw before, just across the whole top of the rear of the bag. So you can open it just part way or from either side. I always like having dual-sided zippers when possible for the extra flexibility. You can see I've got my sunglasses and my phone, and you can see you've got kind of a lot of room to play with, although the front pocket, there's the battery bank that I had there, the front pocket and the main compartment obviously sort of compete for space. So if you put more in the main compartment, you'll have less room in the front compartment and vice versa. So you just have to sort of pick and choose what you like. There is also this zipper pocket back here, which I slid my wallet in. It's good for small things you don't want to lose, like lip balm or like a cord for that battery bank, little things like that. I fit in a standard US passport, but it is so tight because like you have to sort of tuck it up in there. It's so tight that I would, if you wanted to do that for like security and to just know where it is, make sure you get through security first before wrangling that in, and you're done with customs and everything, and then it would be a good spot to put it away for like the rest of your vacation, but not necessarily if you have to pull it out all the time, because this is not actually the world's largest pocket. You can see this is it's a rather small minimalist wallet. It's basically just the size of cards, and you can see the width is not that much more, and neither is the depth. So use it how you like, or also you can just sort of zip it up and forget about it, and then you have that extra space because all of these pockets you can sort of shove out of the way if you're not using them. So I did find this belt bag, you know, it's really convenient, especially if you're just like going shopping or you need to empty the contents of your pocket to like go through the airport and whatnot. It's handy. There's a reason belt bags are so ubiquitous right now. They're just really handy to have to keep everything close at hand. But whether this one is your vibe or not, you know, hopefully now you have a better idea. So there you have it, the Timbuk2 Rascal Belt Bag. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.